Where are these girls?
If I knew where they were, to be honest with you, I would have, as a father, a Nigerian and a patriot, I would probably have led the private army to go get them. I don't know where the girls are, but I know some girls were taken, and we have credible evidence now in the public sphere that that subject is beyond controversy anymore.
Okay.
Even the girl that spoke yesterday, some of the parents were identified. So we have issues of our citizens, even beyond the girls, that have been kidnapped over time by these criminal elements who are bastardizing a good faith. Our military intelligence, this thing may not be as sharp as we want it, because ordinarily if a journalist is getting in touch, with
the leadership,
the factional leader of Boko Haram.
Exactly.
If they had played their cards well enough, that would have been a good lead for them to get in touch. However, I want to believe that Boko Haram would not, or that faction of Boko Haram would not be doing what it did a couple of days ago, releasing the distance and wanting to use the girls as baits to trade the liberty of some of their men in custody, if they weren't getting the wallop. You don't naturally, in matters of guerrilla warfare or indeed in combat, you don't naturally come waving, if not totally a white flag, but waving a flag of appeasement or some form of rapprochement if you're not getting walloped. So they're getting walloped. The unfortunate part of it is that we have a government that is not very tidy in how it manages information, and the government is scatterjack. One who is beginning to think that I wonder what this government can even communicate well.
Let me ask you, Barrister Alabi, the request in the video is clear that, well, it appears that faction of Boko Haram is ready to release the girls, but then you have to also give us our men in custody. Given the kind of history we have with the federal government, of course, the Minister of Information recently said we know about this faction of that Boko Haram sect. We have been, we're taking our time to validate that this is the authentic group to talk with. What would you advise the government as a step to take, especially now that they're calling for a battle?
Well, thank you. After 2 years, 4 months and 1 day, I think the challenging news is that we got to know that the girls, or some of the girls, are still alive.
Still alive, yeah.
I think to a very large extent, every parent must be able to be happy in respect of this news. However, what is important to be done now is majorly intelligence work. This is not the time to parrot or to ventilate in the media or elsewhere about the location or whereabouts of the girls. But basically, what can be done is to make sure that the necessary organs of government do the intelligent work, because it's obvious that Boko Haram is becoming weaker and weaker and weaker every day. It is a group of people who are weak that will be demanding for negotiation or whatever. So it is my own view that the government of the day should try to oil their intelligent machinery.
Would you advise an exchange like that?
Exchange? I will not advise exchange, because don't forget that these people that we have been dealing with over a couple of years have never shown any demonstration of remorse. And they may just want to bait the government to release their men in custody, then they will now also withhold the girls. As I said, what is important to get the girl backs is to oil the intelligent network. We have satellites, we have communication skills, we have people who are experts in IT and other. These people, they communicate with the international community, with the larger community through communication.
Of course.
Yes, through IT. So people must be able to capitalize on the use of IT to locate where these people are, because they are still within the universe.
All right, let me
They are
throw
not in the moon.
let me throw that same question to Mr. Oba. Do you think at this point the Nigerian government we should negotiate? Because I know negotiating with terrorists is not...
We forget about this, all this mantra that people say, even America. We know America in Afghanistan is negotiating with the Taliban through some third-party agents. Look, it's easy to come on telly, it's easy to be the spokesperson of the State Department, of be telling the world that you don't negotiate with terrorists or whatever, but they never ever waste any opportunity, even if it's just to use it as an intelligence asset, to be able to assess the quantum they are fighting with. You never walk away, with characters like this. So Nigeria ordinarily should have people, usually intelligence officer, who will be able to be engaging these people, giving them the first impression that we are negotiating, whilst we're using it as a mechanism to assess how debilitated they are or how strong they may be. But having said that, no serious-minded government will just cap in hand say we are going to trade off, the girls. No serious-minded government does that. But I am one who had always believed, who believes that all options must be on the table. The carrot, the stick, and even the everything must be on the table.